It's time for the Most High. It's time to get into this word. And everything in this world should be excluded. Stopped. So you be right here in this word. Listen, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the things that you desire, your body desire, and the lust of the eyes, the things you see, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. Hear this? That's why we gotta change people. We gotta really look at this for what it is and make that difference. Come around to the change that needs to be done to apply this in our life. So far, 2 Peter's 1 and 8. Hearing what came out so far. For if these things be in you and abound, they make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in knowledge of our power, Mashiach Yahushua. But he that lacketh these things is blind and cannot see afar off, and have forgotten that he was purged from his old sins. But how you purge from your old sins? You still doing the same thing over and over again and have not become this new creature, been born again, becoming a new man. That's why I said, wherefore, rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. Don't you want to be one of the elect? Don't you want to be one of the called? Don't you want to be one of the chosen? Don't you want to be one of the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel? I do. I confess Mashiach Yahushua before you. He can confess me before the Most High and confess me before the angels. Because that's what his word says. And he's not a man, he should lie. It says, wherefore, verse 10, but rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. Shall never fall. Verse 14, knowing that shortly, he said, I must put off this my tabernacle, that's his body, even as our power, Mashiach Yahushua, have shown me. Moreover, I will endeavor that ye may be able after my decease to have these things always in remembrance, the things that he's saying. For we have not followed cunningly devised fables, when we made known unto you the power, that's the spiritual power, and coming of our power, Mashiach Yahushua, but we were eyewitnesses of his majesty. For we received of the Most High the Father honor and glory, when there came such a voice to him from the excellent glory, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. And this voice which came from heaven, we heard, he said, when we were with him in the holy mountain. Peter's telling him, man, he heard this. Go back to Deuteronomy. Are there any questions? Okay. It's quiet tonight, right? Go to Deuteronomy 13. 13th chapter. Says, Deuteronomy 13 and 1, if there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, And the sign of the wonder come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other idols, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet. Anyone trying to tell you to come over here and follow me. I got a better power than what you're serving, which is in this Bible, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Thou shalt not hearken. I mean, don't listen to the words of that prophet or that dreamer of dreams. For the Most High your power proveth you, to know whether ye love the Most High your power with all your heart and with all your soul. Ye shall walk after the Most High your power, and fear him, and keep his commandments, and obey his voice, and ye shall serve him, and cleave unto him. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he has spoken to turn you away from the Most High your power, which brought you out of the land of Egypt, and deceived you out of the house of bondage. And redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to trust thee out of the way which the Most High thy power commanded thee to walk in. So shalt thou put the evil away from the midst of thee. Hear that? Some people you have to avoid too, because they are not in the spirit. Negative people especially, hopefully you can hear this and change. That's why you gotta become a new person. I know this. That's where I'm at right now. I'm not into the people that the woe was me people. Because it's detrimental to your health, really. It's really detrimental to your health. Hope y'all know that. It says, I'm going to read this in Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha 30 and verse 21. It says, give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel, whatever you think. Whatever you want to come up with. That's negative. A negative counsel. It says, give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel. The gladness of the heart is the life of man. Hear that? The gladness of the heart, being happy, is the life of man. And the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. And the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. You hear that? So if you sad, that's going to shorten your days. It's an effect. You can read it frontwards, you can read it backwards. You understand it frontwards, you understand it backwards. The gladness of the heart is the life of man, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. Say, love thine own spirit, love your own self, and comfort thy heart, comfort your mind. Remove sorrow far from thee. Hear that? You got to remove sorrow far from you. For sorrow have killed many, sadness have killed many, and there is no profit therein. There ain't no profit in that. No profit. So what you going to do? You're going to continue to do. Also, it tells us also, we see that gladness belongs to life. Look at Ecclesiasticus 26 and 1. This is very important too. Men and women, listen at this. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled. A virtuous woman, a man have a virtuous woman, the number of his days can be doubled. In this world, men usually die before the women. Is that saying something about our women? Think about it. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled. A virtuous woman rejoices her husband. Remember, the gladness prolongeth the day. So rejoicing is being glad, being happy. So I ask, what woman is happy for 2 weeks, a whole month? You happy the whole month? A virtuous woman rejoices her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. In peace. I mean, that's beautiful. To have that, and to have a woman that's in order with a man, nothing more beautiful. It's just that he loves that. That's beautiful in the eyes of the Most High. Are there any questions? What? Say again? No, that's just a dream that you had, you know. I mean, if you start saying it's going to happen because you dreamed it, and it don't happen, and you one of these these prophets that's prophesying something that's didn't happen. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. He's talking about those that it's like Martin Luther King had a dream. We all be together. We ain't together yet. Right? Singing that old spiritual, Negro spiritual song, we free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last, you know, so we not there, you know what I mean? And all nations joining hand in hand. And going through whatever they're going through. Right? So it didn't happen. But, people want to believe whatever they want to believe. But, no, that's if you have a dream, you have a dream. You know what I mean? And he's showing you something that, I got my question. You never know. Hopefully that will be the case, Hello? Yes. Hello? You can't hear me? Yeah, I got a question. What's your question? My question is, it's my first question. I got like 3 questions. What's your question? My first question is that why is Northern Kingdom women more respectful than Southern Kingdom women? Why or what? I don't know if you can say that amongst you saying why are the Northern Kingdom women more what? Okay, your phone must have cut off. other questions?
Oh, is it possible that an individual could be disowned in this item?
You said be disowned because he what?
His own item?
Be his own, yeah, they into themselves, conceited.
Yeah.
Whenever they sow into themselves, they don't, Most High have no, they don't have no room for the Most High because they're into themselves. What we call conceited, not humble, not having a broken, contrite spirit toward the Most High.